Your move.
What is going on, you guys? YGO here, and today I'm coming at you with a super cool deck profile for you guys. It's going to be Trickstar Labrynth, which is going to be a really cool deck. Unfortunately, this deck won't be 100% playable until Darkwing Blast, so we are going to be getting that. I believe it's going to be in October 20th, more or less, but we're about 2 months away, so I thought, why not go ahead and let the public know this deck is actually the sauce right now. So we're going to be getting the initial Labrynth support in Tactical Masters. Comes out in about a week or two at the time of recording this video, and the time it goes up, it really just depends. And also by the time you're watching this video, but it's going to be coming out very soon is what I'm trying to get at. So if it's something that you guys are going to want to invest in, definitely I would recommend picking the cards up a little bit earlier rather than waiting until the deck becomes really some potentially rogue, potentially tier 2. A little bit down the line, which is going to be a lot of fun being able to play Trickstars again. And what I like about this deck is that it actually plays quite a few of the Link monsters, which is actually something that I want to go ahead and speak to Konami about, because while Trickstar is a Link-based deck, all the summoning of all these and actual spamming out these monsters is really tough to do. Okay, so I would like for Konami to actually release all the Trickstar support they still got back there, for us to be able to go ahead and spam a whole bunch of monsters. I just need a card that says special summon any 3 Trickstar monsters from your deck at the cost of like half your life points. I can deal with that, you know. But without my nonsense aside, guys, go ahead and get right into the deck profile. But before we do, of course, make sure you give me a follow on Instagram down below, guys, at YGO. Subscribe for more videos. Now let's go ahead and get right into the video. Alright, guys, so what you're seeing here is going to be the best 41 cards ever assembled on a deck list. Absolutely insane how this deck actually works, and it works extremely well, being more of a trap based strategy. Now of course I have released a few other deck profiles that have been trap Trickstars, and the deck has been really good, at least, you know, in a more or less a rogue setting, or probably it's able to see a little bit of success here and there, in my personal opinion. But if you're not deluded like myself, maybe you think otherwise. So essentially what I'm trying to say, guys, is that this deck is going to take a huge step up with the Labrynth cards coming up, especially with Labrynth Barrage, which actually is an insane trap card reading. When you activate a set normal trap card except Labrynth Barrage, you can activate the effect that this card's effect becomes the effect of that normal trap card that you just activated, and your opponent takes no damage from card effects until the end of the next turn after this card resolves, which means you're not going to be taking burn damage. But what is actually crazy with this is that you can actually use reincarnation twice with 1 reincarnation, which is actually crazy. So you're pretty much just banishing a lot of cards from your opponent's hand, which actually this also plays in very well with the runic archetype that's also going to be coming out. So runic Trickstar, Labrynth Trickstar, it just meshes so well, guys. If you guys want to see a runic Trickstar deck profile, let me know in the comment section down below. But let's get right into it with this one, guys. So to start things off, we got 3 copies of Trickstar Candina, of course your main starter for the deck, your main searcher for the deck. Then you have 3 copies of your Trickstar Lycris, absolutely amazing. I do still have the 3 ultis. I will never sell those cards. 1 copy, I should say, of Trickstar Lilybell to help you punch your opponent in the face directly, and 2 copies of the Corbane. Corbane just lets you get over big monsters. It's also an additional extender. It's a free special summon as long as you only control Trickstar monsters, and I believe no monsters as well. So yeah, no monsters as well. So really good extender, and a like a Sprite Pixies type effect, an honest effect, if you will. So next, 3 copies of Drone Lockbird. Drone Lockbird Reincarnation is the best combo of cards ever printed. Ever. I mean, this combo essentially just wins you games. You activate Reincarnation, change roll, that's it, or vice versa. It's absolutely insane. I mean, it's a free win. Why would you not play free wins, right? It's like playing Mystic Mine. Next, we play 2 copies of Lord of the Heavenly Prisons, guys. So what he allows you to do is actually set spells traps directly from your deck. So it's actually crazy what you can do, searching out your normal traps and setting them as well. I have thought about mixing this with Layer of Darkness as well, so that's something that's brewing in my mind. There's so many decks and potential combinations coming in my mind, guys. It's absolutely insane. So 2 copies of Lord of the Heavenly Prison, really good in this deck as well. And then 2 copies of Lady of the Labyrinth. So this is going to be a really cool card. This is the one that's going to be coming out of Darkwing Blast. So unfortunately, this is the only reason that we're not able to play it within 2 weeks. So Lady of the Labyrinth has a pretty nutty effect, and it gives Trickstars a boss monster, which it technically already has a boss monster in Bella Madonna, but Bella Madonna sucks. So we can go ahead and steal other archetypes boss monsters, and that's what Trickstar does best in the end. Lady of the Labyrinth, Trickstar Lady of the Labyrinth I should say, says while you control a set card, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Lady of the Labyrinth once per turn. If a Labyrinth of cards effect except Lady of Labyrinth or a normal trap card was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. It has 3000 attack, 2900 defense. You're going to be just fine either way. So when a trap card is activated, quick effect, another quick effect, you can set a normal trap card with a different name directly from your deck, which is crazy to me. So this is essentially going to be the main reason as to why this deck is so freaking good and so powerful. It searches out any specific trap card you may need from your deck as long as you haven't used that one that turn, as long as it's with a different name. It special summons itself for free. It's a huge monster at 3000 attack and amazing stats as well. And it's level 8, which could potentially lead to some really shenanigans, you know, Xyz plays as well as the rank 8, and the toolbox is packed, absolutely packed with insane monsters in there as well. So I think this is going to be a really cool strategy again moving forward. The deck might change up a little bit here and there as far as the deck list goes, depending on what the next Banlist is going to say, and again what other cards may be released for the archetype or maybe for Trickstars as well. So it's definitely something to worth keeping an eye on as well. That's going to be for the monsters, guys. Now on to the spells. We play 3 copies of Pot of Extravagance. Pot of Extravagance is going to be the best draw card in Trickstar. Now yes, you might say, oh, but you might banish your Trickstar Link monster. Is perfectly fine. This deck does not need to link summon, but it has that option where it can provide additional burn damage should you not activate the Labyrinth Barrage prior to, because then they don't take effect damage. So something you have to keep in mind. That's the only time the deck does not synergize. Now, 1 copy of Trickstar Festival is really all you need. It's easily searchable when you do need it. If you have it in your hand, it's free. Special summon of 2. Only thing I don't like about this is that it locks you into Trickstar monsters, which then prevents you from summoning out your Heavenly Prison and then your Lady of the Labyrinth. So that's the only type of class it really has. Other than that, it just helps you get additional Link monster on board, which does provide burn damage against your opponent as well as increased attack points. Next for the last 3 spells, 1 Terraforming and 2 copies of Trickstar Lightstage. Again, this might change depending on the ban list. Hopefully we get to 3, but we'll see when it drops. And that's going to be it for the spells, guys. Now on to the fun part, which is going to be the traps. You play 3 copies of the brand new Welcome Labyrinth. Welcome Labyrinth allows you to special summon a Labyrinth monster from your deck. But more importantly, if a monster leaves the field by your normal trap card's effect while this card is in your graveyard, except the turn is sent to the graveyard, you can set this card again to go ahead and activate it again. It's absolutely crazy. You can continue flipping this up and down, which then makes me really want to play more Labyrinth cards. But then again, we're already at 41 cards, guys. I don't want to get too cloggy in here. At the end of the day, Labyrinth is just a fun deck overall. The fact that we can mix it with Trickstar is just a plus. Then we play 3 copies of Imperm. It's a normal trap. 3 copies of IDP, Ice Dragon's Prison. Absolutely amazing card, especially in the current format, where a lot of you can hit Sprite with Thunders. I believe they're all Thunders, if I'm not mistaken. You can hit the Tier Elements. You can hit the Branded Despia stuff. So all really good cards. Definitely go ahead and play. The only reason I think it fell out of favor is because it's a normal trap, so it's kind of slow for the current format right now. But still a really good card nonetheless. 3 copies of Trickstar Reincarnation, which then paired up with 3 copies of Labyrinth Barrage is absolutely crazy. And rounded off with 3 copies of Compulse, because essentially, as long as you get able to get their monsters off the board, you're getting effects off your Labyrinth. Plus, it also helps counter a lot of the main issues with the current format as well. It gets rid of the Sword Soul monsters before they can synchro summon. It gets rid of the any level 2, rank 2, link 2 that your opponent might have if they're playing sprites. You can bounce back any type of fusion materials Branded Despia might need. So much really good interruption. If you guys do not want to play Compulse, so another thing I've been playing around with as well, guys, is playing 3 copies of Scapegoat and then 3 copies of Shirag the Omen in the extra deck in case one happens to get banished through Extravagance. Just give you that additional option to have a banish on your turn. It's actually insane. Plus Scapegoat and Trickstar just happen to mesh very well together. Now for the extra deck, we play 2 copies of Bloom, 1 Divaritus, 2 Catback, 2 Crimson Heart, 3 Holly Angel, 2 Foxy Foxglove, 1 Delphinium, and then 2 copies of Trickstar Belladonna. Yes, Belladonna sucks, but there is a specific combo with this deck that you can actually go ahead and OTK your opponent. So as long as you're able to keep that a factor, I honestly don't see why you would not play Belladonna. So that's going to be it for the Trickstar Labrynth deck profile, guys. Honestly, I think this deck is really, really cool. If you guys want to see any type of combos with this deck, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do for you guys. But if you guys do enjoy these types of videos, go ahead and let me know by smashing the like button and subscribe for more videos, guys. And without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.